Super Buster Brothers, also known as Super Pang, outside of the USA, is an addictive arcade game developed by Mitchell Corporation and released in 1992 for the Super Nintendo. It is the second game in the series. It is a follow-up to the game Buster Brothers, released in 1989. Gameplay revolves around shooting bubbles that are bouncing around the screen. These bubbles are attacking famous landmarks and cities, and your goal is to stop them. Yes, giant, colourful bubbles are attacking the world. Well, someone has to save it, I suppose. That is your duty as a Buster Brother. The other brother was cut out of the Super Nintendo version. This is a one-player game. Sorry folks. The arcade and PlayStation versions have 2-player modes, however. When you shoot a bubble, it splits into 2, and repeats until the bubbles disappear. If the bubbles hit you, you lose a life. In the arcade mode, the player moves from level to level, travelling all over the world. The player starts in Japan, in a single introductory level in this location. After this first stage, the player travels to many parts of Asia, Europe and the Americas. It can get quite strategic, deciding which bubbles to pop first, as too many on-screen bubbles will leave you confused and vulnerable. I recommend destroying one big bubble and then moving on to the next. It's a really relaxing game that doesn't need much brain power. It's not very complicated and the mechanics are easy to understand. It will need a lot of concentration, however, as you dodge bubbles and try not to die, and game over. There are many difficulty settings, easy, normal, hard and expert, which feature different layouts, and some levels are completely changed, depending on your difficulty setting. While it doesn't have amazing graphics, everything you need to see is there. Your score, lives, and the bubbles themselves, the backgrounds, they're all detailed well enough. All of the backgrounds are recognisable, while not entirely pleasant to look at on a HD TV, due to pixelation. It acts as a nice backdrop to your game. As for the music, well, it's forgettable for the most part, with no standout tunes to really speak about. They still sound good, it just feels a bit middle of the range. Nothing bad, but nothing special. The gameplay is a standout point, however, and it's where this game really shines. It's simple, addictive and fun. Exactly what an arcade shooter should be. As with many games I've covered so far, power-ups can be obtained to enhance the overall gaming experience and to clear levels easier. They are found by shooting different areas in the stage. These power-ups include a spread gun, which reminds me of Contra, and is really effective at shooting the bubbles. There's also a protective layer, which surrounds the player, giving him or her an extra life. Power-ups include Double Shot, Grappler, Time Stop, and others. There are a couple of modes in the Super Nintendo version. There are Arcade Tour and Panic Mode. In Arcade Tour, you visit different countries to defeat all the bubbles before advancing to the next location. It's simple gameplay, but it's really fulfilling. Panic Mode is a mode where you have to survive as long as possible and defeat as many bubbles. You'll be spending most of your time trying to master the Tour mode and trying to pass all the levels without running out of lives. I think I'm playing it on easy at the moment, as it's been a long time since I played it last. Feel free to laugh at me dying on the easiest parts. The concept has been cloned and released as various poorly coded Flash games, such as the Bubble Struggle series, which were quite popular in 2008, 2009 or so, but nothing beats the original, and Super Buster Brothers remains a classic and a well-remembered game, despite all the clones out there. There are probably clones on mobile marketplaces too. I'm not even going to search them because I almost guarantee they exist. Super Buster Brothers, or Super Pang, is all about gameplay. It's one of the most original and fun games on the Super Nintendo, and it's a shame we haven't seen the series for a while now. It's definitely a game to try if you've never played anything like it before. It's not really available on modern consoles or handhelds, but you can get the Buster Brothers or Pang collections on the original PlayStation. There isn't much trivia about this game, like unreleased prototypes, unused code and other things like that, like my previous episodes have covered. Oh well, not all games have those kind of things. Anyways, thanks for supporting my channel and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Until next time.